sample this today. Shabbat Tunes. This is from Fantasy Star, and this specific sample that I'm gonna mess with and incorporate some chord playing and stuff like that too. It's called Light Through Ashes. So, about to get started. I like that, so I'm gonna use that. Still kind of slow. Blessings, bro. Hey, I got another one coming. It's about to be out. I'm gonna work on it real soon, but I was working on it like a couple of days ago. I don't know if you're still there, but I'm gonna be coming out with it though. Alright, I'm liking that so far. Brody. Alright, now I can do it. I gotta do it different though. Appreciate it, bro. Let me start that off. Yep. That right there. I'm gonna call this one Things Above. Things Above. That's what was on my spirit. I wanted to call it something else, but I'm gonna call it Things Above. Things Above, because a lot of times people's focus be on things other than what. They be too focused on things that's here that they can't focus on things above. So when I was making this is what I felt like when I was making it. I felt like I was raised in a place above whatever I was going through. One thinking about what I was going through, one thing about what happened today or what I could be doing. I'm just living in the present right now. And my mind is focused on things above. Things above. And when your mind is focused on things above, you don't have issues, you don't worry, you don't stress yourself out, you don't complain, you don't go out there messing up, doing all kinds of crazy stuff you shouldn't be doing. Our mind is only focused on what is here, what we can control. And however the Most High had me to make this is however it's going to be when it come out. It's Him who leads me to do this, not me who leads me to do this, to give it out to the people that's out there. And for people who run this back, that's for anybody who's listening to this. This is not for what I want to get to people, even though I do want to give some to the people. But I didn't know what I was going to make today. Neither did I know that this type of sound was going to come out today. And that's always Yahuwah's evidence to me. If you start somewhere, He'll finish it for you. If you let Him lead you and guide you, you get there, the Most High will do it. If you get there, the Most High will do it through you. So it's not about opinions and different things like that. It's about how the Most High leads you through what He wants you to do. And, each and every last one of these tunes, I never know what to expect. I never do. And it's going to come out definitely tomorrow. I'm going to get it together tonight. I'm going to get it well mixed, well mastered, whatnot, as best as I can. And I'm going to learn as I go. I'm going to progress as I go. Appreciate the progress, too. That's what I want to tell anybody who's an artist or anything that you're doing. Because I thank the Most High that, people run these videos back and they're encouraged. And they're encouraged. And I know that somebody else, I have faith that they are. And even if not, like I say, through every other video, it's for me to be encouraged as well. And I'm only giving this from encouraged because I am encouraged. But when we focus our mind on things above, we're not worried about how we can stable ourselves 10 years from now. We're not worried about, We're not worried about, what is tomorrow going to be like, or what's the next 5 years going to be like, or what's the next year going to be like, or what's the next 10 years or 20 years or 50 years. You know, so many people are focused on that so much that they're not operating in their talents. I should say the true gift is the Ruach Ha Qadash. They're not operating in their talents, and they're sitting and they're waiting for a major outbreak, and they're waiting for everybody to come together and do stuff for them to get out there and do what they're supposed to be doing. This is not only one. This is just music perspective. This is just one talent he gave me. I have multiple talents. It's a teaching talent that he's given to me. But most of all, the gift and the teaching is the Ruach Ha Qadash to help others as well as I'm learning from the teachings that he had me to speak. You know, it don't matter what I'm doing, the Most High always put me in a place to teach, even when I don't want to teach, even when I don't want to be in front. I don't want to be like this on cameras. I wasn't comfortable with being on stuff like this, but ever since the Most High been helping me out, he been putting me in the forefront. And when the Most High call you from the back and put you in the front, don't reject what the Most High, how the Most High is leading you. Don't go from the back, you know, and be content in the back. Go from the back and come to the front. And then that's on anything the Most High calling you to. And the Most High is calling you from the back to the front. If he wants you to, you know, voice your things out openly, you may not, in doing it, you're not going to feel comfortable doing these things. And I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about life in general. Whatever the Most High is pushing you to do. It's not about what you want for you. It's about what the Most High wants for you. I will say that to anybody. I will not withhold from it. Just as well as the Most High says to me, I have no fear. And I'll stand before anybody and say that. You know, don't be afraid. The Most High, if he call you from the back to the front, it's not to be seen. It's to, even though you will be, but it's not to be. The purpose is not to be seen. The purpose is for whatever the message is or whatever you're going to display. It might not even be through words. It may just be through what you do. These don't have words to it, but these have a lot of words. They don't have words, but they have words. And the kingdom of the Most High is not in word, but it's in power. But I'm speaking because of what I will do and what I know I will do, because of the faith that he's given me that I know I will do. I'm not going to talk, and my breath is not going to go to a wasted space. I don't like wasted space. I don't like wasted time. I don't like people who waste my time. I don't like to waste my own time. And when I waste my time, you know, I usually beat myself up. I shouldn't beat myself up, but that's because I know I can do better. And when you know you could do better, do it. Everybody is so, I'm not going to say everybody, but a majority of people, the majority of this world, the mind of this world is too focused on how to prosper themselves, and they're bringing in much. And the book of Haggai speaks about it. They put money into a bag with holes. They're storing up much, and it's not going anywhere. It's going into a bag with holes in them, and it's coming out. It's useless. If you are storing something up and you putting it in something for it to go nowhere, you know, it becomes useless. It's like you're working for no reason, or you're doing these things for no reason, or you're striving for no reason. But when you build your treasures up in heaven, which a lot of people, you build up your treasures in the spirit. And whatever you learn spiritually, whatever you have from that, whenever you're going through like the worst or craziest stuff in your life, or it could even just be something minor, it ain't got to be something major. But every single day it could be good. It could be something that's good too. It ain't got to be bad. And you could pull from the wisdom that the Most High gave you. You could pull from the love that the Most High gave you. Even if you was hurt, even if somebody did you wrong, or you may have done someone else wrong too, the love of the Most High can restore you. The love of the Most High is very valuable. It's stored up in the heavenlies, and no moth or no rust can break in and steal those things and destroy those things. They're unseen. But at the same time, it does work out into the scene. But it starts from the unseen, you know? So when you set your mind on things above, you have peace while everybody else is running chaotic and losing hope in themselves and losing hope in people around them, losing hope in every aspect in every area. It doesn't matter what it is. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, running here, running there, you know what I'm saying? But when our mind is focused on things above, the Most High keeps us on what matters the most. I remember I watched this one movie, and it's what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. And at the very end of this movie, the whole family sitting at the table, and they realize everything that they've ever done, they wasted all their time, and it was like, dang, like, we really did have everything, did we? Is the thing that he said at the end of the movie. He was like, we really did have everything, did we? And that hit me so deep, because I'm like, sometimes people don't recognize what they have until it's gone, and who they have until it's gone. Some people don't recognize what they have and who they have until it's gone. And it's still not over even when someone's gone from someone, but some people don't realize it until it's gone, whether that's through a death, or that might be through someone leaving, or maybe they did you wrong, or just, people say grow apart, but the seasons happen. Seasons, they change. People change, things change. But, if we're not focusing our things on the things that matter the most, then it becomes useless. You realize how much time you waste. You realize how much you didn't appreciate even your own self, like even yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's things in my life I had to realize amongst myself too, and I thank the Most High for helping me out. I'm not on here capping on camera. I'm me on this camera. I'm me off this camera. I'm going to be me wherever I go, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's one, whether it's two or more, I'm going to still be doing this, even if there's none. You know what I'm saying? It's still me here, and it's still my witness is the Most High here. I still have a witness who's watching me, my heavenly subscribers, my heavenly views, my heavenly treasures, my heavenly pockets, my heavenly things. And that's not focusing and staying in a povertish mind, because a lot of people like to mistake people to the Most High as povertish, because they say that the people of the Most High choose to be povertish, which there are some people who just choose not. They have an able body and they just choose not to go out and get, or maybe it's work, or maybe go and be great. Because if you're able body and you're able to go do the works of the Most High, it ain't always about a job in the system either. But maybe you have an able body to do something in the body of believers, and you just choose not to. We on this whole YOLO, or me and mines, me and my family, I got to take care of my people, my, until we find out all of this stuff we putting into this bag, we putting into it, and there's holes in it. You know what I'm saying? Even though that stood for a people and a temple and everything that was going on, and the people that it mentioned in that time, it's still relevant for this time. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to call this things above, because the enemy can't break in and steal anything that you treasure in heaven. The enemy can't break in and steal anything that you treasure up above in heaven. And so many people are focused on a Jerusalem here that's already destroyed, that's already an issue, and people trying to pick it back up, and they're trying to walk in the bondage of the law, and they're trying to find treasure in it. And it's none, because it was destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about accountability, that we should just not be accountable, and we can have 2 feet in the world, 2 feet in the righteousness of Yah, doing whatever we want to do. But, man, Nobody can break in and steal that. Nobody can take away from you what the Most High given to you. Nobody can break in and take what the Most High gave you when you store those treasures up in the heavenlies. That's why when the Mashiach told that rich man, hey, man, hey, he was like, man, I'll follow you. I'll follow you. I'll do whatever I got to do. Mashiach said, sell everything you. At first, he asked him, do you know the commandments? And it wasn't to be pharisaical or it wasn't to be like how Paul taught in Romans chapter 2 about a whole bunch of Jews and Yahudim telling people to observe commandments that they won't even keep. And you're doing it from a self-righteous perspective instead of I'm doing it because it's in me to do it perspective. And when I correct a brother and sister or I do these things out here, it'll be done with the love of the Father. Don't you know that love is a treasure? Don't you know that peace is a treasure? Don't you know that the family he put around you is a treasure? Don't you know that time is a treasure? Don't you know that you can treasure more of those things? And people will respect that spirit in you. They'll respect the Ruach Ha Qadash in you more once they see the characteristics and the actions. And some have already seen it. And some it may be that they need to heal. They may need to go through some deliverance in their life from things if they can't recognize the things, the treasure that has been given to them. Some people got to go through some stuff to realize what they have. Some people have to go through some things to realize, it's always been right here with me. Some people got to go down a yellow brick road, not on some witchcraft type of stuff, but it remind me of the Wiz. You know what I mean? They went down the road going through all this stuff, trying to ask a wizard for something they already got. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a lot of celebrities this day too. They go through the industry. They going through industries of the world. People trying to get stuff to feel treasured, to feel valuable, or trying to be around people to feel valuable and don't realize the value that they already have. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go out there and do all these things to be valuable. You don't have to go out there trying to prove yourself to be valuable. You have to know that you're valuable. And as well as myself, I know that I'm valuable in the kingdom. I know I got more stuff to work on. I ain't going to act like I'm 100% there. I'm going from esteem to esteem. I'm shedding out of this old skin. I'm going into this new skin. Disciplining my appetites, things that I know is bad appetites. Not just a literal appetite, but a spiritual appetite. That should be the one that we focus on, cleaning the inside of the cup of the platter, strengthening, exercising the inside of the cup of the platter and stuff, exercising only on the outside, which it can make you feel good if you do these things. Do those things and take care of the temple that he gave you too, because we have a responsibility to take care of our temple as well. And I take care of mine. I have to do better, but I'm taking care of mine now and not tomorrow. Whatever you could do it today and treasure it up. Treasure up those things in heaven. Focus on the things above, and your mind to be at so much peace. You'll have so much love and peace in your life like you never had before. And you may already be experiencing now, or you may be going through it right now. You may be like, dang, how can I do that? How can I treasure? How can I focus on things above? How can I do that, Yakūan? I'm having a hard time doing that. You can start with what you have. And I'm not just talking about carnally. You can start with being patient with your brother. So you can start by being patient with yourself. You can start by being patient with those around. You can start by showing acts of kindness, not just being a good boy, a good guy, or a good man, or a good woman, like a good Samaritan, but doing these works as unto Yahusha HaMashiach, and working these works unto one another as unto Mashiach. Treating one another as you want to be treated. Treating yourself as you want to be treated. And it's sad that Yahuwah is bringing a lot of stuff back to these kindergarten teachers, these teachings again, which shouldn't be like kindergarten, but it's things you learn in kindergarten. You learn things like care, responsibility, the pillars, caring, sharing, responsibility. They teach you integrity and stuff like that. those things need to come back because we going into the deeper things of the law, but we straining at the little gnats, swallowing camels. We having a hard time with little stuff, you know, than the bigger things, you know, and we can't even get to those bigger things, or people want deeper things, and we can't, you know, we can't even access those smaller things or discern, like, dang, you know, let me go see how such doing. Let me treat myself better today. Let me go outside. Let me enjoy the treasures of Yah today. Let me enjoy what Yah created today. Let me use my time wisely. You know what I'm saying? Let me not waste time and just sit there and let time fly by and be focusing on and being worried in my mind and going through all kinds of craziness, you know, thoughts that the adversary could try to put in your mind. Idle time, man, and idle works. You know, don't let it be idle, man. Treasure that by spending more time in those areas. Maybe it's something you struggling with. Do your best to abstain from those appetites. You know what I'm saying? Maybe them bad appetites, them spiritual appetites. You know, treat yourself good, man. Go get you some colognes or something like that. Take a nice little bath or something like that and enjoy just sitting in a joint. Go outside, enjoy the sunset, or go out, even if, you know, be careful, but go out and, you know, maybe you got a place out on a porch or something like that to sit out on. Open up the window, enjoy the view or something like that. Go out, do something. You know what I mean? And there's so many ways to do it. And but in anything you do, focus on what the Mashiach said, those things that are above, the spiritual matters, of course. Because we don't want to get into enjoyment and feel like this whole world and this whole life that we live is about enjoyment. Because it's not always about enjoyment. But sometimes some of us need to enjoy some things. I know I need it too, personally. And if that's not you, then maybe there's some things the Most High wants you to tighten up on. Maybe He wants you to take some more time to study. Maybe He wants you to take some more time to pray about it instead of going, you know what I'm saying, and get on that phone and call and be like, man, I'm going through it, or cool, man, I'm having a hard time. Go to Yah. Seek ye first the kingdom of Yahuwah and all His righteousness. You know what I'm saying? And all these things will be added unto you. You know? I'm going to play this again. I'm going to play this one more time. And, yeah. So I hope y'all be encouraged out there. It's getting wild out here, man. There's so many distractions. Don't be distracted. Maybe it's that. Maybe you need to get off from, you know, websites like this and just take some time and spend some time off of these things and enjoy the nature, or enjoy the people. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy one another. When I'm done doing this type of stuff, I post up these videos and I get off of here. You know, I don't want to stay on here because I know it could become addicting, man. You know, you start to swipe and, you know, doing all these things, and that next minute, you know, you watching a whole bunch of random videos, and you wasted about like almost an hour of your time that I could have been using doing something else more valuable. You know. Shoot, I got stuff like this over here, man. I got like little accessories, you know. Put something on, make yourself feel good or something like that. Something great, you know. Got my nice little altar over here, and underneath I got my vinyls and stuff like that. Every now and then I may put on the vinyl. Every now and then my prayer box. I have a prayer box, you know. It's simple. It's a little, you know, but I wanted it to look nice, you know, it's a little silver color. And I put my prayers in here. You know? And yeah, man. It's a lot of different ways to treasure your time and value the time that you have. Even your own thoughts, your ideas. If you have ideas, write them down. If you got ideas, write them down. Don't let your ideas go down the drain. Write your ideas down so you can see it. Write the ideas that the Most High give to you down and put them on the paper where you can see it, and do your best to stick to one each day, to mark it off and to get it done. Unless the Most High leads you to do different, because the Most High can tear up all your plans, But the most valuable thing we have is the Most High, and his forever, oh Yahuwah, your word is stored up. It's stored up in heaven. It dwells in heaven. Psalms 119, the 80-something verse. Matter of fact, shoot, I'm right here. Let me not sit here and freestyle. It's in my heart. It's in my heart, which is the most important. But Psalms 119, 80-something, the reason why I'm talking about things above is because that's what he wants us to treasure. So many people treasuring up, money and treasuring up all these things that when chaos and a time of calamity come, these things can't save you. They probably can help your situation just for a little bit, but when it runs out, then what? You gonna depend on money to do it for you, or the one that you put your dependence on, then what? You gonna put your dependence on them? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do it by yourself, and I can't do it by myself. But Psalms 119 and 89 says, "Forever, O Yahuwah, your word is settled in heaven." And 90 says, "Your faithfulness is unto all generations. You have established the earth, and it abides, it dwells. They continue this day according to your ordinances for all your servants." I treasure up everything I'm telling you, and when I get off of here, I'm gonna treasure this. And usually I run these videos back to hear what the Most High is saying for me too. And even sometimes before that, I'm already meditating on the things the Most High told me before this, to walk accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this one more time, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. What up? Glad y'all stopped by. Yeah, things above. That's what this one is called. Set your mind on things above. Things above. Things above. Because it's a lot of craziness going on in the world. And if our mind is not focused on things above, then we'll faint. Our faith will faint, you know. And without faith, it's impossible to please Him. We want Him to be pleased in everything we do. I hear a lot of people say, Father, I want you to be pleased in everything that I do. You want Him to be pleased, and walk by faith and not by sight, you know. Walk by faith and not by sight. It might not look good right now. Or even while it's looking good, still have faith and keep moving in faith, because others, when they watch your faith, they're going to be encouraged by the faith that you have, and they're going to want to know, how can they have that kind of faith? They're going to want to know, how can I please the Father, not maybe like how you do it, because some people do that. They look at it and they be like, it's so great, and I want faith like how you got it. And it's like, no, you don't, yeah, you might want great faith, but you don't know what I had to get through to go. You don't know what I had to go through to get this kind of faith. You don't know what I had to go through to get here, But I'll pray that He'll give you faith like I don't have. Maybe He'll give you more faith than what I have. Maybe, I can look at you and be like, dang, I have faith, but I want faith like that. But, I know that I want to please Him like how I want to please Him. Not how I want to please Him, but how He should be pleased, And a question I always ask ourselves day by day is, and anything that you're doing in your life, ask Him on your personal time, are you pleased? Are you pleased with where I'm at and what I'm doing, how I'm acting, how I think, how I feel? And any way that He show you that He may not be, then you'll know that's the area that, to work on, to set your mind on more of those things above. And the treasures, some people know how much treasure they got in the world. But that can only sustain you for so long. But what about your treasures in heaven? You know what I'm saying? And when you reach in, our treasures in heaven can help us in places that our treasures on earth can't. But we can be prosperous in the heaven as well as we are on the earth. But He wants our mind with Him through faith. Faith is great, but everything we do is through faith. Even the grace that we get from Him, which is a gift. And the only way to receive grace is through faith. I don't even know what it is to be favored until I have received the faith, until I move by faith and walk by faith. And usually it's going to always feel shaky before we do it. And it's always a next level. And usually when you're on the next level and you do the next thing in life, fear increases for some type of reason. And I know why. Fear increases and attacks come to our mind and we think certain ways. Sometimes we might even be thinking thoughts that only come from us and things that attach to us that might be coming from others around or things around, is because it's new levels. And new levels bring about new devils that we got to discern, and within ourselves or even outside of us. Not saying that we devilish and we running around here with a bunch of demons inside of us, but it's demonic out here. And it's easy to be depressed. It's easy to be depressed. But there's two kinds of depression. I tell people in the word, there's a righteous depression, which is depressing the things, that's pressing the things that are not like the Most High out of you. And there's a depression that is pressing wickedness upon you to do evil. There's one that's coming to kill the old man and its ways, and there's a depression that's coming to put wickedness upon you and make you worse than the last state. There's two kinds that the word talks about. There's two kinds of Most High the word talks about. And when something is pressed hard, just like when you think about literal treasure and how much it takes to make these treasures that people make on earth, they go through all kinds of process of being pressed. They come through all kind of process of being smelted to make gold. They got to go into a smelting process to make it look like the gold we see. And then there's the gold that's all like ugly. Like gold, if you actually seen gold is ugly, like the original gold. But, when gold is actually smelted and formed into different shapes and stuff like that, it goes through this process. It goes through a very hot process, and that's something that, our lives go through. It's like refining fire, But those kind of treasures that's built up in the heaven, we're going to have to go through pressure. And he makes us to be his treasure. He makes us to be his heavenly gold and pearls and all of these beautiful things. But we got to go through something for it. It's like, you want to be a part of the team, you got to go through this kind of stuff in order to be a part of the team. I can't be on a team and not know what it's like to practice with everybody else, but I want to be first to play on the team. I got to go through the process first. And then I might think I'm ready, and the coach sit me on the bench and say, "You're not ready yet." Right when I thought I was ready to do these things. And the coach sit me on the bench and be like, "You're not ready yet." And then for some others on the team, they might not feel ready. And then the coach be like, "Get in there. Get in there. It's time." And we all like scared out of our mind, because that's just like the Most High when he pull you from the back and he bring you to the front. He pull you from the back, bring you to the front. And he'll give you these responsibilities that may feel pressuring. He'll give you these responsibilities that might feel like, dang, this was more than what I had to do last time. Dang, now I got to have more time management. Dang, now I got to have more. Dang, now I got to love myself a little more. Now I got to learn how to plan. Dang, now I got to learn how to. Dang, now I got to do all these things that I didn't think I had to do. All that stuff was preparing me for that I was going to have to go through in the next season of my life, in a transitioning season of my life, And for those that know about it, it's the Feast of Trumpets coming. It's the Feast of Trumpets is here. And the Feast of Trumpets is like, they blow the shofars and whatnot. I got mine in the living room over there. They blow the shofar. But it's a sign of being a living trumpet. And he says that if we see any and going in a bad route or direction or something like that, you're supposed to blow the shofar. He said the watchman on the wall, you're supposed to, you as the watchman are seeing something, right? And then he says, hey, if you don't tell them, what I said, if you don't warn them of what's getting ready to come, then I will require the blood at the watchman's hand, because you knew it and you didn't say anything. So guess what? All of these things, it's more responsibility. But you know what? I hear a lot of people say, to whom much is given, much is required. And they just stop right there. Then he said, to whom much has been committed, they will ask the more. Meaning that, and then the Messiah right after that started talking about his responsibilities. He started talking about all the things he had to be accountable for. He was like, man, the world is, if he said, I didn't come to bring peace, but I came to bring a division. To set mother against the daughter, and a mother-in-law against the this and that. And that kind of division is not the division that we think, it's not a bad division. It's a good one. It's one that helps us to see that he is our king. It's one that helps us to see that in every decision we make, it has to be a him decision and not a me decision, And when it's done, it'll please him. My mind is so focused on the things above that I'm building treasure in the kingdom with him. I'm going to be more patient. I'm going to learn how to forgive easier. I'm going to learn how to love myself easier. I'm going to learn how to love other people easier. I'm going to learn how to be at peace and not at war. I'm going to learn how not to contend. I'm going to learn, unless I'm contending for the faith, because we are contend for the faith. But to whom much to whom much is given, much is required, and to who have committed much they will ask the more. So if you committed with one thing and you doing good, the Messiah is saying, Mashiach is saying, man, I want you to be more accountable. I want you to do more of these things. I see you've been taking care of yourself good. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you what you've been asking for because you've been showing me that you've been accountable. Just like he said, he who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying. And I'll hear a lot of people religiously say that too. And what that means is, he who heard what I said and did these, and those who heard what I said, let them do what I said. And once you have done what I said, then I know you heard me. You ever heard a parent be like, go and clean up your room or something like that. This house better be clean by the time I get back. I want this specific, they asked for this specific thing to be done. I want this to be done when I get back. And it better be done when I get back. Everything I asked you. So I want to make sure you heard what I said. You heard me, and then the kid like, yeah. And then right after that, the parent comes back to check and see if the child did it. And there's one thing that the child missed to do. And then the kid's running up like, I did everything I was supposed to do. Mom, I cleaned up and did this and did that. So the parent be like, oh, that's good and everything. Parent walking around, going to go and check and see what's being done. And then they come back and they be like, you didn't, this over here I asked you to do and why is it not done? Why is it not done? And then the kid be trying, oh, but, and this and that. They be like, you didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear what I said. And they be like, yeah, I did hear what you said I did. Like, you didn't hear what I said because that's not done. And so you didn't hear me. And it's just like, that's the same thing as when the Most High said, let he who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying. So if I come to him and be like, I have done this thing like King Saul, right? Saul was like, I did all these things you told me to do, Samuel. And he said, no, you didn't. Why do I still hear cattle? Why do I still hear sheep? You didn't hear nothing that I said. And he was like, oh, perhaps we could do this and make a sacrifice. He said, obedience is greater than sacrifice. And to obey than the fatness of rams. He was looking at the treasure of it on a carnal perspective. He was not looking at it as if I be obedient, the Most High, these things will be built up. It's like when somebody hear your name is more valuable than what you have. You know, sadly, it's the other way around in this world today. What you have is more valuable than your name. You know, and somebody hear your name and be like, "Ooh, yeah, you know, yeah, I know them," and they get all excited and enlightened. That's something spiritual. They heard the name and they got excited about the name they heard. You know what I'm saying? Rather than what they knew they can do only. Even though the name, it does bear a character. So it is about something they did, but it's not only about what they have through what they did. You know what I'm saying? And the name is very valuable. So when someone hears your name, now, you know, it's haters out there too. So people can hear your name and they can hate on you as well. You know what I'm saying? People can hear your name and hate on you and not appreciate you for whatever reason. And you may do all kinds of good and all kinds of stuff to them. They still hate you, you know. But haters going to be haters. Mashiach had haters too, you know. And if you don't have people who hate you and people who hate you for his name's sake, you would know that you may not be doing something right, you know. And it's not always about having respect of persons and having respect of man over the Most High, you know. And the Most High said a friend of the world is an enemy to the Most High. So I don't want to accumulate, you know, my name and everything that I'm doing here, because I'm just passing through and I don't know my time. And we are according to the book, we are in Laodicea. We are in Laodicea right now. The lukewarm bodies around the ones who believe. And it's very scarce. And that's when he said, will there be any more faith here on earth? You know? And Sardis and Thyatira and all of these other, Ephesus, the letters and Revelation. That's where we are in prophecy today. But, you know, these treasures that you have, you may have more endurance than me. Teach me how to endure, you know. It's going to be people that's going to be coming out there, and they're going to be coming with desperate situations, and they're going to be coming looking for y'all, you know? And they're going to be in desperate need. And however I am in that specific situation may be the last moment and opportunity of my life to be a light to them. And if you blow it, that's like the Messiah coming and asking for water. And you told him, I only got enough for me and my family. If you need some water, go look for your water over there. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been the last time that I had the opportunity to show myself, you know, not unto man, but show myself unto the Most High to do his will. My name, my character, who I am, you know, to do his will. I could pull from those treasures and it could be a useful source for what the Most High wants to happen. Because I just see a flood, you know, of people. I see a flood of people, you know, coming. And they're looking for the righteous according to action. Because all of the stuff I'm saying is because it's in me to say it. But once I'm done saying it, I have to show continuously what I said. And I'm judged by every word that I say, you know? And I could righteously be judged by what I said, or I could wickedly be judged by what I said. And even the things that you say is treasure. Some people value the things that you say. It's value in what you say. It's value even in what you don't say. It's value in your tears. He said, you sow in tears and you'll reap in joy. There's some things that we couldn't even speak with words that tears can speak with. And tears was a language to him. And you just sowed and you gave your tithes and offerings with your tears. You know? And he heard those tears. He heard that. He heard my cry. That's why we started, saying he heard me. You heard me in the night when I was going through it, and no one else seen that. And I couldn't really put it to words. I was trying to put it to words, but it wasn't pleasing enough. It wasn't pleasing enough, to me, to give you this in words. I ain't even have nothing to say. And that's why I do these Shabbat tunes sometimes, because I don't be knowing what to say, but then he give me what to say after I get done with it, because I'm talking now. But there's some times where I be here and I just be sitting down and I just be like, I'm on. And when I'm done, I'm done. And he heard that. I didn't even say no word. I just was like, I'm on. And he heard that over sometimes when I was coming to him because maybe I was worried about something. And he was like, don't come to me worried. You could come to him. Yes, come to him. But don't come to him not believing that he'll do it. He said, those who come to me must believe that I am, and a rewarder of them who diligently seeks me. Not only am I just praying to him momentarily, but I'm also constantly seeking after him with everything that I do. And a prayer is not, Father, right now, we just pray right now. And we just, it's not that. It's not only that. I don't want to say it's not that. It's not only that. It's, your life could be a prayer. Your life could be a song, Your life could be worship. Your life could be the next song you're about to make. Your life could be the action you just showed me. Your song could be what you just showed me. And I don't want my song to return back to him that I was not faithful, And he was like, I heard you sing this song, but your mind and your heart wasn't singing the song that you sang to me through your actions, So I can't get this to you right now because I got to know that if I get this to you, will you be responsible for others? It's not even about me, Will you be responsible on what I'm about to do for others through your life? And when it's done through others, how would you have reacted? And not just react, because a reaction is like I'm reacting. It's like an interaction versus a reaction. It's like it's in you, and then one is like something that I'm just reacting from something I've seen or something like that. It's a word I'm trying to get from, but I can't really pull from that word right now. But it's things above. He said that moth and rust cannot come in and steal, that they can't come in and destroy. When you build you your treasures in heaven, the moth and rust can't come in and steal these things. And there's a lot of people that stole stuff from us. They stole valuable things. They stole valuable time. They even stole money. They stole maybe food. They stole identities. They stole your joy. They stole. Some people, they stole their salvation. The enemy just came in and just stole some people's salvation. But when I build it in heaven, though, whatever the enemy stole, right? You didn't know that those tears and all of that stuff we was going through, that we built up in heaven, and tears and everything that we cried was stored up for a moment that we would need it the most. When things like that happen, and then he pulled from the treasures that we built up in heaven and brought them down right when you needed it, right when I needed it. And he said, listen, son, listen, daughter, listen, whoever. It could be a child. You ain't know that this enemy came against you, stole this, stole your courage, stole your faith, stole your joy, stole everything from you. You didn't know that all them times you was praising me, and yeah, somebody may have took you for granted, or maybe even you took you for granted, and you did some things too, because it ain't always about what everybody else do too. We did some things too. And then he'd be like, but I still saw you. I still heard you. Here's forgiveness. Here's forgiveness. I saw that you forgave them. I saw what you did. You saw what you did, but I saw that you forgave them. So here's forgiveness right when you need it. Here's joy right when you needed it. I seen you being joyful for somebody else. They didn't even know what you was going through. They didn't even know that you was about to lose your mind last night. You know? Here goes peace. You know? Right when you need it. And man, I thank the Most High. I thank the Father for it, because He's everything we need, and right when we need it. And then the last thing I'm gonna say is this is the challenge though. Now that He's given all of those things, and He pulled from those places, secret places He pulled from, and He gave it to us. Now He's like, I want you to have and take it just as much as that treasure. And I want you to take just as much as that patience and joy and love that I gave to you. And I want you to go and give that to who I say to give it to, who I lead you to give it to. And even if you don't think that they deserve, praise the Most High, you give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Give it to Him. Don't think about what happened, because He blessed us and He forgave us and He loved us and He cared for us. You know, I was doing all kinds of messed up stuff, and He cared for me. He could have left me. He could have let me die by the adversary in 2015. You know, He could have let witchcraft take me out. He could have let demonic possessions take me out. You know, but He delivered me. He restored me. He had something stored up in heaven for me that I ain't see. He heard my cry. So I have to hear somebody else's cry now. I got to hear somebody else who's dealing with witchcraft's cry. I got to hear somebody else who's dealing with pornography's cry. I got to hear somebody else who mind is going crazy's cry. You know? I got to deal with somebody else who contending with me cry. Somebody who's jealous of me cry. I have to not cast my pearls before swine. Don't get it twisted. He ain't telling me to be gullible. He ain't telling me to be gullible. He ain't telling you to be gullible. He ain't telling you to keep giving to people who keep doing you wrong. And then I'm coming back to Him praying and asking why this thing's happening to me. But He's asked me to show mercy for real. But be harmless as a dove. Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove is what I'm saying. You know? Those things above, He is above. Those things above, they come down. They are coming down now. And Jerusalem above is now coming down now, because the Most High is getting tired of what's going on here in this world. And prophecy must be fulfilled. The Most High is getting sick, and all these sins are starting to reach heaven. And the Most High, Jerusalem, getting ready to come down through His people, and He getting ready to give power to us that we have never seen before. Healing and all. We ain't even going to be talking about, it's going to be similar to what the disciples did, but we ain't even going to be talking about their time. We're going to be talking about how great it is, like it's never been before, through the people that He's going to use. And this time today, that the whole world will hear and will know in due time. But that's all I got. Most High giving this to me. I'm going to have this up tomorrow. Man, I love every last one of y'all and everybody else that's going to run this back, man. If you're going through something right now, you know, give it to the Most High. You know, if you're not that strong by yourself, go call somebody else who believes. That's why He put people in our life. That's why He put people in our lives. The problem is if I try to go through it by myself, That's the issue. You know, the issue is me if I'm not trying to get around other people that I know that could pray with me. I'm not asking you if it's always somebody that's praying for, or they always asking you to pray for them every time. They're trying to take what the Most High gave to you over time. If they realize, man, I'm blessed as long as I got such and such to pray for me. No, pray with me. He wants to hear you too. Your voice is just as valuable as mine is. He wants to hear you too. And when you pray, it's pure. And when you pray from your heart and your intentions is right, the Most High gonna come through every time. The Most High come for me every time. I walk by faith and not by sight. I'm living by faith right now because I believe the Most High and I know His voice. And He said, "My sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow." But it's critical though. I can't do whatever I want in this time. I have to make sure that I'm doing what He say, you know? And what He says is according to His word. And He says, seek not to go above what is written. Seek not to go above what's written, you know? And when you do that, ask Most High for wisdom in every single step. And every surrounding that's around you, ask Most High, help me. Help my surroundings. If my surroundings are the surroundings I'm supposed to be around, show me. Teach me. Guide me. And Most High never lead us astray. Most High never led me astray, man. And so things above, set your mind on things above and not below. Things are in heaven and not on earth. The focuses that the Most High focus on is valuable because it's heaven and earth. We are earth. It's the heaven and earth that makes us alive. Earth alone, us alone, we're dead without Him. But spirit in us is what makes us alive. Not the first breath that made us breathe and that made us alive. That's not the breath that we can live eternally that can take us unto salvation. But it's the spirit in us that makes us alive so we won't be walking dead, you know. And the scriptures literally says that. It's like you walking dead, you're dead alive, you know. But the Most High bless y'all. The Most High give y'all peace tonight. The Most High keep y'all tonight. The Most High bless you in your sleep. The Most High bless you when you come and when you go. The Most High anoint and bless your family. The Most High anoint and bless your children. The Most High rebuke the adversary, Shaitan, away from your families and away unto dry places. And may everything that the enemy wants to do to you fail in Yahushua's name. And salvation, the Messiah, the deliverer's name. And so be it. Amen.